Hi, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. Today's video tutorial is part one of a two-part tutorial on creating a snowflake sampler quilt. In today's video, we're going to gather blocks from the Electric Quilt library, and we're going to gather fabrics as well. Now we will do a couple of minor modifications on the blocks, but this is your opportunity to check out all of the new blocks and fabrics in the Electric Quilt 8. Okay, I've opened an Electric Quilt and I'm going to select a new project. And I'm going to type in the name Snowflake Sampler, and I'm going to select OK. And I'm going to start by cleaning out my project sketchbook. So I'm going to view the sketchbook. On the Blocks tab, I'm going to go to the triple dots, and I'm going to say Clear All Unused Blocks, and I'll say yes. And then I'm going to go to the Fabrics, and I'm just going to select Clear at the bottom, and I'll say OK. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring some fabrics for my snowflake quilt into the project. And so I'm going to start by searching fabric swatches. And this is a great way to sort of acquaint yourself with some of these fabric collections. So I'm going to just work in the EQ Fabric Library, and I'm going to start by finding the white. And I'm going to, I think there's going to be a fair amount of white, so I'm going to say Select All Fabrics and Add to Sketchbook. And then I'm going to take a look at some of the blues. So I'm going to start with the pale blue. And I'm going to move this to tiny so I can see more of them. And these all look pretty good, so I'm going to say Select All and Add to Sketchbook. And then let's see what's there for some other blues. So for the gray blue, Select All, Add to Sketchbook. Dark blue, Select All, Add. And bright blue, I'm going to do the same. And blue, I'm going to do the same. And I think that's everything I want in the colors. So now let me go to the themes, and I took a look at the themes, and water and sky have some items. Actually, I'm even seeing some snowflakes in there, which is sort of exciting me. So I'm going to select all and add to Sketchbook. And then I also found the Holiday Winter Collection. Now there's a lot of red and green, and I don't want that. But once I start here, I'm going to make these medium a little bit larger. And that's got something else in it, but I am going to take those two, select those, add to the sketchbook, and sometimes I'm just going to find individual ones that work. Now if I select a fabric and I use the Control key on my keyboard, I can skip other fabrics and still select other items. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up those. Ooh, I love some of those. And so once I have them all, I'm going to add them to my sketchbook. I'm going to go ahead and close that. The next thing I want to do is find some blocks that are going to work as snowflake blocks. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to do a search for block patterns. And I am going to look for pieced blocks for this particular project. And so I'm going to start in my classic pieced section. And you know, sometimes it's just worth taking a look and seeing if there is something that you could see looking like a snowflake. And I'm going to take this one and add it to my sketchbook. And I may try that one as well. So I think there's some stuff there that's possibly good. Let me go down to eccentrics because I really liked this tangled stars, and I think I want to try using that one. And then let me go down a little bit farther and find my 8-pointed stars. And I'm seeing a lot of possibilities here. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to start with those two. I'm going to take that one, and I'm going to take that one. And then I'm going to go to feathered stars, and I'm going to take the first one and this snowflake feathered star. So again, if I use the control key, I can select both of them and add them to the project sketchbook. Then I'm going to go down and look at contemporary pieced, and I was loving some of these kaleidoscope blocks. So let me go. I want to use that one, but I want to make some changes to it. So I'm going to select that, but I want to make my changes while I'm still remembering. So I'm going to do Edit to my block work table. And that's going to open me up in my work table in the block area where it's been drafted. For this one, what I'm going to do is add a almost a flying geese type of unit in this to sort of make it not four-sided, but almost give it another dimension to it. So I'm going to turn on Snap to Node. I'm going to use my line tool. I'm also going to have Snap to Grid on because I want to be able to snap to that point as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and draw that sort of flying geese unit. And once I've done that, I can go ahead and go to the Color tab, and I can recolor this block. So that's not looking too bad, so I can go ahead and add that to the project sketchbook. And eventually I'm going to want to play with all of my blocks and turn them into snowflakes. Now let's go back to the block library, select the home screen, search for block patterns. It's going to take me back to the kaleidoscopes. I'm going to take that one and add it to the sketchbook. Take a closer look. That's one of the nice things is you can zoom in and out just by using these items here. So I can get a really close look. I like this other than these corners. To fix, select Edit to Block Work Table. With the Pick tool and the Shift key on your keyboard, select each of the diagonal lines in the corners. Then select Delete. Go to the Color tab. Let's go ahead and color this one. And then I can go ahead and add that to the project sketchbook as well. So now if I view my sketchbook and I go to my Blocks tab, because each of these blocks stacks two on top of each other, I can see my latest rendition, and I know the ones that I have to color. So everything that I need to color, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it in, recolor it, and then next week I will actually show you the quilt layout. Thanks so much for watching. My challenge to you this week is to find your own snowflake fabrics and snowflake blocks. And then next week we're going to cover how to use custom set to set these in a sampler quilt. If you would like to stay informed of new videos and new offerings at On Point Quilter, please subscribe to my weekly newsletter at www.onpointquilter.com.